All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, and the Giants win 24-16, go to 7-2. Feels really good to be 7-2. Where if you pick 7 wins at the beginning of the season, you were a glass half full type person. But nope, we come out of the bye week, get a win out of the bye week. By the way, everyone talks about like resting up the bye week, being more prepared. I think the bye week makes teams rusty, and I don't think the Giants look good. But they beat a bad team. Like this win to me was a pretty ugly game for the offense. Defense did pretty damn well, but the Giants beat what was clearly an inferior team in the Houston Texans. You know, um, I wanted the Giants to have like a run heavy, like a high volume running attack. Boy, did they take that to the next level. They ran the ball 71% of the time today. And I actually thought it should have been more balanced than that. When I say high volume, I don't mean just run, being like the Tennessee Titans versus the Chiefs last week on Sunday Night Football. And the passing game worked. Like, just because the Texans had the 32nd rushing defense, but the passing defense was bad too. And it showed out. Like the passing game, the Giants had 20 passing plays for 176 yards. They had 47 rushing plays for 191 yards. And when you take out the sacks, Daniel Jones threw the ball 17 times. You got more yards out of those 17 throws than you did on the 47 rushing attempts. Let me put my phone on silent. Thank you very much. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll take that break to say that. Like and subscribe. We'll have podcasts, all that stuff out. So again, I just think you could have taken more advantage, especially as you saw how the game plan went out. And obviously, when you play the Giants and you're that bad of a rushing defense, they just stack the box play after play. And I don't think it really helped them like a ton. Like the only argument you can make where the rushing game helped them is time of possession. But how much did that really help the Giants? They won it by 7 minutes, but the defense forced 2 red zone turnovers, and they were just good regardless. It wasn't because they weren't on the field. And the Giants had 3 touchdown drives, which is what you win the game off of. On those 3 touchdown drives, Daniel Jones, 8 for 9, 153 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Saquon, 15 carries for 54 yards, 1 touchdown, 3.6 yards per carry. So his yards per carry was actually worse on those drives, and I think part of that was they were forcing the passing situations on third down. Like the first drive where DJ had that touchdown to Lawrence Cager, they had a 3rd and 2 to Wandale. That was really the only third down throw in that. But then, the next touchdown drive, 3rd and 9 touchdown to Slayton, 54 yards, which the ball was even short of the sticks. By the way, great play by DJ and Slayton. That's all of the yards on that drive. And then the last touchdown drive of the game, you had a 3rd and 7 completion to Wandale, and then a 3rd and 9 completion to Isaiah Hodgins for 26 yards. Like the 3 jumbo tight end sets didn't really help the rushing game at all. So the offense's points were all built off of passing. Like I said, 153 passing yards for DJ on 3 touchdown drives, 54 rushing yards for Saquon. And the third downs are what moved the chains and were able to let them score. And again, even a touchdown on a 3rd and 9. DJ also, like, he had a career high of 11.6 yards per attempt. His previous was the Saints last year at 10.0. Just like, I think this game was one off of the defense playing really well, but Daniel Jones making the most out of every passing attempt. And again, like the rushing game wasn't bad. Like I don't want to come off saying like that, but they averaged like 4.4 yards per carry, which is solid. But I don't think that constitutes just running the ball play after play after play. And it's just when you run it like that, you're going to have negative runs, put you behind the sticks. They run on 2nd and long. It just didn't work. But again, the Giants got to win. You win ugly. You beat a bad team. That's good. Other stuff on the Darius Slayton continues just to be the wide receiver 1 on this offense. 3 catches, 95 yards for a touchdown. And like I said before, that touchdown, like Feliciano and Glowinski both get beat badly. Feliciano on a stunt, Glowinski just gets beat. Daniel Jones, 3rd and 9, good job sliding in the pocket, getting that throw off as he's being hit. Darius Slayton makes the catch and then just like breaks 3 tackles. Hell of an effort to get into the end zone for that. Really happy for Slayton and DJ on that one. Other negatives on the offense. Does Kenny Golladay like ever play again? That first one, it looked like a drop, and then they showed the replay, and I don't put that on him. But the second one was just egregious, and they benched him after that. Like he didn't play a snap after that. Isaiah Hodgins got all the snaps that Kenny Golladay would have gotten going forward from that. So again, I don't know. I like we talked about it going into this game. Is like this guy did not look good the first 4 weeks of the season. Like the only hope was that hey, they didn't really use him as a part of the progressions. You didn't give him any contested situations, so maybe he can make the best out of this, and the Giants will force the ball to him. But I just don't know if he's ever going to be a part of this Giants offense. And this game surely did not help him. It just keeps on getting lower. And every moment you think Kenny Galladay's like career can't get lower as a Giant, it just continues to get lower. So on the defensive side, I think they balled out for the most part. Davis Mills, even though he had 300 passing yards, by the way, maybe the worst 300-yard passing game I've ever seen in my entire life. Davis Mills never really looked comfortable in this game, and there was two reasons I think for that. One, their rush-heavy attempt kind of got them in some third-and-long situations, and anytime they got in the third long, Wink Martindale ran those cover zero blitz looks. They didn't like just run cover zero blitzes, but just gave them those looks, and it led to some sacks, like by Jason Pinnock, the second-year safety, got a sack and a half. Led to Davis Mills just trying to get the ball out quick and was throwing the ball short of the sticks on like 3rd and 10s. And then Dexter Lawrence just continues to dominate. He surpassed his career high, or he now has a career high for sacks in a year, and we're only 9 games in. We still have 8 more games for the Giants. He's got his career high with sacks with 5 now. He balled just whether he had the sack. Yeah, I think he got the split of 2 sacks, so it was half and half, equaling 1. Had a tackle for a loss, and so Dameon Pierce, you look at his game today and like, oh, he played well. 17 carries, 94 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, which he did. Like, I'm not going to hold it against him. But the Texans' rushing game didn't really look good. The second drive of the game, they took Dexter Lawrence out trying to give him a rest. There was 3 plays. They ran the ball. Pierce had 3 carries, 61 yards on those. So besides that, Dameon Pierce had 14 carries for 33 yards. So you don't take that away, but it just shows how Dexter Lawrence is just essentially the best player on this defense. I don't know if he's the most important. Like I think Adoree probably fits that role, but he has just been balling all year and had just such like the Dane Belton interception. Dexter Lawrence had a QB hit on that, like forcing that type of stuff. Had a holding penalty called on him, so he balled all game. Leonard Williams had some good plays too. He forced that fumble in the red zone that Jalen Smith recovered. So just good stuff all around on the defense. And hey, Xavier McKinney's out. Dane Belton's got to go into a starting role. Did have some bad moments, but that interception obviously makes up for some of it. And then Pinnock gets put into the 3 safety sets. Sack and a half. He had a tackle for a loss. So good job. Wink got 2 turnovers in the red zone, and just Davis Mills was in hell on third down when the Texans converted 3 of 10 third down conversions, and I think there was like a couple screen passes that converted. And then their only touchdown of the game was off of what I think the one thing the Texans do well offensively is because they run the ball so much. Their passing game is very like quick game and predetermined. They do run some good double moves. Nico Collins gets that touchdown, the double move on Fabian Moreau. But other than that, he played well. So Giants move to the 7-2. We'll have a podcast out in the morning. O-line report, film review, all types of good stuff. We appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep winning. Let's go Big Blue.